I'm here with Paula Coar-Gueye, who tonight was with us when we showed some newsreel footage, newsreel films actually, three of them about the Black Panther Party, and Paula was a member of the Boston Black Panther Party, and so we were really happy to have her here. Paula, what was the main impression you had seeing those old films?
It, it just brought me back to seeing fearless young people who were sick and tired of being sick and tired and who wanted to stop the injustice. It brought me back to my friends and people who were prosecuted, and people who um, wanted to see freedom, justice, and equality for black people and all people all over the world.
I think that one thing that struck me was how, in many ways, things changed. I mean, I don't think when those films were made that you could imagine that we would have Barack Obama as the president. On the other hand, to have, ridiculous percentages of young black men in particular in jail, et cetera, where the issues of then are still the issues now.
That's right. I totally agree that we're still getting murdered by police, shot in the back. Unfortunately, things have turned around. Young people are now killing young people, so that's a whole nother paradigm of feeling suicidal, self-hate, um, hopelessness. There's still a lot of problems in terms of in the black community and in the world with the with self-destruction. So that's what I see. So we got Obama's a good thing, no doubt, but and we got a lot of work to do.
It struck me that there's been nothing really to replace the Black Panther Party, that the kind of images that these were meant for of young people, I mean, the one of Bobby Hutton who was murdered, he was actually the youngest member of the Oakland Black Panther Party, and he was shot in a shootout, and then I think by all accounts, actually, he was executed afterwards. And, that kind of film that was meant to draw people into the party and give them some kind of hope and something to work for. I don't really see anything that's like that right now, and you don't see those kind of, also that kind of images of like basically, strong black power.
Well, I think that the black power has been basically neutralized to a great extent through globalization, through the media. There's been some very strategic ways of getting black kids not to think in terms of nationalism or self-love or helping each other, all of the things that we did during the Black Panther days. I mean, however, there's some factions out there like the new Black Panther Party and the Nation of Islam and some other organizations that are really working in the community, and they do have young people in their organizations. It's just not as like it was back in the 60s where everybody got together, white and black, and we were a force to be reckoned with. However, I say that, but then I see something like what happened in was it Oregon, where the young white folk kids with the World Bank was there, and they were fighting against that whole, what's happening with the World Bank and the IMF and what they're doing out in the world. So, you just see like things that are good and things that aren't good, and it's, I don't know, it's coming together. I think maybe it will come together. I don't know. Right? I'm praying. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to see during my lifetime, to be perfectly honest with you. I have more years behind me than ahead of me now, but I'm praying that, we get it together.
Another thing
All
that
of us.
Yeah, another thing actually, well, you say all of us, another thing, I was surprised to see, I didn't really know that the Black Panthers in the newsreels clearly were having to defend themselves from being called racist because that they were anti-white. And again, nothing changed. 40 years later, black people are still having to defend, if you're pro-black, that you're somehow, anti-white and racist.
Exactly. Racism to me connotates power, which we don't have any of. So it's not like I can hire you and a million other people at my big organization, IBM, So, we don't really have that power to be racist. Prejudice, yes, definitely we have that power. All of us have that capability of prejudging someone before we meet them and get to see them as human beings. So, yeah, but, that's just another way of watering down, using those type of words and phrases against people who don't have power.
No, it was really great to have you here in Pawtucket, and it was nice of you to come down and sight unseen have to do the Q&A after the films, and it was a unique evening here in Pawtucket with the Senegalese musicians and a movie about people really trying to make change in Pawtucket with disenfranchised group, sex workers, and then to have Black Panther films. It was quite an evening, don't you think?
I think it was great. I enjoyed it. We had a wonderful time, and it was quite a learning experience. And I certainly liked. I like reminiscing, but it was sad too. The reminiscing, looking at the film, but the footage. But I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed meeting people, new faces, new places. I'd never been to Pawtucket before, so